2K Sports pregame show.
Ernie Johnson welcoming you to the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm here with Shaq and the Jet. Tonight, it'll be the Detroit Pistons going up against the Milwaukee Bucks. Well, for the Bucks, they're looking to come out strong and make their mark early. They have to look at this game as a great opportunity to do just that. Well, the Bucks had teased it during the playoffs, and finally, it's been revealed. So what do you think, Shaq, about the Bucks' new logo?
Well, it's a sexy transition from red to gold. You know, it's pretty cool. The secondary logo, and I know this for a fact, it incorporates the state of Milwaukee. I know this, Ernie, because you're from the mean streets of Milwaukee.
I am but it's a city of Milwaukee, not the state of Milwaukee. The state of Wisconsin.
Well, same thing, Ernie. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I did grow up on the mean streets of Milwaukee. Yeah, I did.
That deer kind of looks menacing now instead of like from a children's book, so I'm a little nervous.
So it doesn't look like a deer in the headlights.
It doesn't look like a deer in the headlights. I don't know if the 10 years and under are going to like this new deer, but everyone 10 years over are going to love it.
That's the Bucks.
Oh,
you know,
I thought
fear
it was
the deer.
antelope.
Fear the deer. You know,
it was an antelope.
It's antelope.
The Milwaukee Antelopes?
Antelope, deer, moose, same thing. They all got tentacles or whatever you call it.
Tentacles? No, they don't have tentacles either.
Antlers.
Oh, antlers,
yeah.
You know what? You are totally dialed in on the whole Milwaukee franchise.
I don't watch the Animal Channel that much.
I see that.
Obviously.
No question.
Here's Kevin Harlan, who's got the call.
Tentacles.
On the road and hungry for a win against an Eastern Conference rival, the Milwaukee Bucks are ready for this thing to get started. Thanks for joining us as we get set to bring you NBA basketball on 2K Sports. With Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter, Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. And it's the Pistons to start out. Now, the starting group for the Milwaukee Bucks. Filling out the wings, it's Middleton and Antetokounmpo. Jabari Parker is out there with Monroe. And it's Carter Williams in at the point. They recover it.
That's his first personal foul.
Andre Drummond is a big guy. At the NBA Draft Combine, he measured 7 feet tall with a 7'7" wingspan, and he tipped the scales at 280 pounds. That's a super heavyweight, my friends.
And on the topic of Andre Drummond, Greg, there are a few guys in the league who combine his kind of size with the type of athleticism he possesses. Fast up and down the floor, quick off his feet, even sports a little hang time. I mean, the guy's got a full package athletic.
You talked about the raw physical tools. And you factor in the two things as a big that I really value: great hands and quick feet. And he's got that going for him. So you can't go through him, you can't go around him, and you certainly can't go over him. I mean, what's left?
We can only hope to contain him, as they say. Out to Parker. Lock at 6. Shoots it. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot. And it's Detroit's ball. Jennings dishes to Drummond. Johnson outside. Passes it to Jennings. 5 to shoot. Ilyasova sets a screen for Jennings. Rebound by Monroe. On defense, Detroit. Carter Williams kicks to Antetokounmpo. Here's Carter Williams. Screen by Monroe. Parker passes to Antetokounmpo. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
Drummond with a screen on Carter Williams. Now the pass to Ilyasova. Parker with the steal. Oh, and here we go. Antetokounmpo, nobody back. And he gets the bucket.
And that's how you take the steal and turn it into a transition opportunity.
I think that's the perfect time to do it, Greg. I mean, those few seconds after the turnover, strike right away because the defense has no chance to get organized.
So it's the Pistons now after the basket by Milwaukee. And it's Drummond missing.
Not too much congestion in the lane. I think he could have gotten a better shot that time, no question.
It's stolen by Johnson. Jennings against Carter Williams. Drummond a screen. Jennings kicks to Drummond. You know what? Good work defensively by Monroe.
The shots aren't dropping yet. They've missed 4 of their first 5 shots.
To the paint and stolen by Ilyasova. Outside Jennings. Pass to Drummond. He kicks it to Johnson. Back to Drummond. 6 to shoot. Tries to snap the cold streak. Shot is no good. And Milwaukee will come the other way. The Milwaukee Bucks ended last season 41 up and 41 down. A perfect 500 mark, and they were the epitome, Clark, of average at the end of the season. And as you can see, even during.
Well, they're a young team, but at one point, 17-17. Also had an 11-11 record against the East and 6-6 against the West.
Really, the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
And that one falls for Parker.
And the Bucks were average last season. I mean, they were 17-17, also 7-7 at home, 10-10 on the road, 5-5 in the games leading up to that. So in every measurable way, they were 500.
So he picks up just 1 from the line that time.
You know, just thinking back to that Milwaukee factoid again, I mean, the odds that we'll ever see something like that happen again are minuscule. I mean, that team was just destined to end up 41-41.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation.
Now here's Parker. Screen by Monroe. Parker sets the screen for Carter Williams. Parker kicks to Monroe. Second shot opportunity. He lays it in.
The tenacity on that interior, just battling, bringing that effort and will for second chance points.
Now we'll go to Doris Burke, who had a chance to talk with head coach Stan Van Gundy.
We discussed their game plan defensively, and he mentioned that controlling Greg Monroe will be crucial. He said Monroe is a guy who can score inside, rebounds well, and his passing really sets him apart. Their offense runs best when it goes through his hands, so pressuring him and staying vigilant is essential for us. Guys, can they slow him down?
Thanks again, Doris. Here's Parker. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Detroit calls timeout. Ladies and gentlemen, your Detroit Pistons dancers.
Different look here for the Pistons. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Andre Drummond. Marcus Morris comes in for Ilyasova. Jody Meeks, he's checked in for Caldwell Pope. And it's Jackson in for Brandon Jennings. A big group substitution here for Milwaukee. John Henson's checked in for Jabari Parker. Mayo comes in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Vasquez, he's checked in for Chris Middleton. And Jared Bayless subbed in for Michael Carter-Williams. Now, here's Meeks. Johnson dishes to Meeks. Up top, Morris. Detroit needs to get off a shot. Here's Jackson. The 19-footer is on the money. Bucks leading by 3.
And guys, Reggie Jackson was at the end of a yo-yo last season. He starts in Oklahoma for an injured Westbrook. Westbrook comes back, sends Jackson to the bench. Then Oklahoma sends Jackson to Detroit, where he fills in for another injured starter in Brandon Jennings for the rest of the year.
The Pistons have gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. The dish to Baines. Meeks passes to Jackson. Rebound, Milwaukee.
And he thought he had a clear path to the hoop, but the defense didn't give up on that play and cut him off. Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Meeks. And off the front iron, and in it goes.
And he should thank the D for those 2 points. Nobody paid much attention to him on that play.
Here is Bayless, guarded by Jackson. Now Bayless. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Monroe's shot is good.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
Here's Jackson. And that does it for the
Ladies and gentlemen, your Detroit Pistons.
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. When you consider how the Bucks are doing, what do you guys think?
You know, it's been about how solid they've been offensively here, really tuned in with one another.
Good ball movement, and it's paid off on the scoreboard.
Milwaukee leading by 5. Fans had a hard time finding their way to the stadium last season for the Pistons, at the bottom in several home attendance categories last year.
Yeah, that's right in Auburn Hills.
I know.
I mean, they used to go a lot when they were winning championships. But to be fair to those fans, it was hard at times to watch the Pistons play. I mean, they could get cold and really struggle on their home floor.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the court for the Bucks, the dynamite pair of Antetokounmpo and Parker at forward. Carter-Williams is out there with Vasquez, and it's Henson in at the 5. They get it back. Ilyasova hits the bucket.
They'll take as many of those looks as they can get.
So it's the Bucks now. It's a 3-point game. Morris against Antetokounmpo. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And for the Pistons, a lot of their woes here at home were due to defense. I mean, their 18-23 home record comes from allowing too many good looks for their opponents.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
That's good from Antetokounmpo.
And the Pistons, how about starting out 2-13 at home? I mean, they did turn it around afterwards, going 16-10 to finish out the season. At least they seem to be headed in the right direction.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pistons. Caldwell Pope comes in for Morris, and it's Jennings in for Jody Meeks. Both free throws good from Antetokounmpo.
And still, I don't know that anyone can define what Giannis's position is. It's kind of still up in the air. I mean, he's played mostly on the wing a season ago, and thus far, maybe that could end up being the best fit.
Here's Carter Williams after the basket by Detroit. Henson with the screen. Six on the shot clock. Parker against Ilyasova. Andre Drummond grabs the miss. Drummond's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Prior to last season, Giannis was experimenting with the point guard position for stretches during the summer league.
Well, you know, Kevin, he's just the type of guy whose size and length really allow him to guard every position.
True. Here's Carter Williams following the score by Reggie Jackson. There's a screen, and Henson kicks to Middleton. And here is Carter Williams. And Henson with the bucket on the assist from Carter Williams. And the Bucks lead by 3. Pistons have gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. Jennings kicks to Jackson. The rebound by Middleton. Milwaukee has gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Now here's Carter Williams. Over to the wing. Parker inside. Stolen. Jennings with the ball. For the 3. They grab their own miss. And it's Drummond with the jam.
And great effort on the boards, and what a mean that was, Kev. I mean, you just will not see him ever quit on a play.
That guy is a handful. You've got to have a body on him, Clark, at all times.
And you know what? Sometimes that's not even enough. He'll go around, over, or through you to get to the pump.
Well, last season, the Pistons didn't reach the playoffs for the 6th consecutive season. They're making progress, but as we can all see, still have a lot of work to do.
Yeah, you know, they were spoiled for a while there. How about going to the playoffs for 1996 to 2009? So it's been a rough stretch here of late, but you get the feeling that the building blocks are in place for another push.
Middleton outside. The feed to Henson. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Henson's got 4 points in the quarter.
And I bet most people forget that the Pistons did make the playoffs for 8 straight years before this current drought. It's been a long rebuild process for them recently, but I think they're making progress and moving in the right direction.
And for the Pistons, they seem to have a direction and plan now that just wasn't the case before. It won't be easy to get back into the postseason, but I really feel like they are on the right path.
find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Thanks, Kevin. Jason Kidd had some words for his team over that last break. He told his guys that their offense needed to run through Monroe. Coach has a lot of faith in him offensively and let his players know it, insisting that he be at the forefront of what they do at that end of the court from here on out. Well, Coach not wasting any time in tweaking the game plan. We'll see if it makes a difference as we approach halftime, Kevin.
Thank you, Doris. Here's Caldwell Pope. There's the pick. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. Caldwell Pope's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And that's why it's so important to really be a good screening team. You get a lot of open looks from it.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Lays it up and banks it in. Well, we've always talked about how scary Giannis could be when his jumper is hitting grade. Every year, it seems to be improving.
And last season, Kevin, he shot just under 50% from the floor, so that's a huge jump for him.
Here's Jackson. Giannis Antetokounmpo making his last shot. Clock at 6. It's Jackson with the drive.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
You know, for Giannis, it's not that he's just getting to the rim as to why his field goal percentage is up. I mean, in the last part of the season, his mid-range shooting percentage went up from 30% to over 50%.
And the Pistons with possession here, following the basket by Chris Middleton. And the rejection by Antetokounmpo.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
And Parker, here we go. And it's good. And it's a 7-point Bucks lead.
And Giannis is already hard to guard, but if he can reliably hurt you over the top, then a lot of nightmares will be realized in the NBA. Incredible that he's improved as much as he has in this short amount of time.
Here's Jackson. Jabari Parker making his last shot. Rejected by Monroe. Antetokounmpo dishes to Middleton, and a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. Middleton's got 4 this quarter. The Pistons have gone 5 of 12 from the field here in the second. Drummond a screen. The drive by Jackson to stop the run, and foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. Drummond, a bit of a disappointing season last year. Not so much in play, but people wanted to see a bigger leap from him. Now, his numbers are still pretty jaw-dropping, but I think he's got so much there to give.
He has a lot of potential, Kevin. And listen, I don't think his play was bad. He just had such huge expectations to live up to. I mean, player development is not a straight line, and it would have been very hard to have him take another huge leap forward. Sometimes you have that sophomore jinx, but I'm expecting a big year from him this season.
Here's what Detroit's going with right now. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Ilyasova. Marcus Morris comes in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And it's Jody Meeks in for Reggie Jackson. He hits the second from the line.
You know, for Drummond last season, his numbers were relatively the same. The expectations placed on him were so hard for him to live up to. Maybe now those will be tempered a bit and he'll play better.
Now here's Mayo. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
And it's Baines missing. Here is Vasquez. Bayless the pass to Monroe. Can't connect from 14 feet out.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime. Milwaukee on top, ending the second quarter on a 14-5 run. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from the Palace of Auburn Hills.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Well, 2 quarters down, 2 to go. Welcome back, Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith as we start breaking it down for you. A competitive matchup for Milwaukee in the first quarter. At the end of one, they were able to end up with a 5-point lead. In the second quarter, they imposed their will on the game and built a 10-point lead at the half. And if things continue to go the same way after the break, they're threatening to run away with this one. Shaq, let's get your take on Milwaukee.
Well, Ernie, Kenny, the offense was running really well. And their shooting percentage was outstanding, and it wasn't just luck. It's because the offense never allowed the opposing defenders to get comfortable.
Over to Kenny. What you think about Detroit?
Can this team please get fired up on defense? I mean, get angry, get upset. Guys are way too soft and giving up way too many good looks. At some point, you got to draw the line in the sand. Be like, okay, who's crossing this line? If you're coming over here, I'm taking a hard foul, and I'm going to resist you on defense.
All right, and that'll do it for us here. We now take you back to the second half of our game. Kevin Harlan ready with the call.
The second half just about to get going here.
Monroe has been putting up some strong numbers. He has 8 points and a block.
Bucks leading by 10. Well, Milwaukee last year became just the 9th team in NBA history to go from Greg being the worst in the league to a playoff team.
Unbelievable what they accomplished. And they had a tough matchup in the first round with the playoff season Bulls, however. Things didn't go well, but they did get some valuable experience from that effort.
Jennings and Caldwell Pope in the backcourt. Johnson is out there with Ilyasova. And it's Drummond in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the group for Detroit right now. And here's Jennings outside. Can't get it to go. And Milwaukee will come the other way.
Well, as you said, guys, I mean, the Bucks struggled early in their series against the Bulls, but they got the momentum and forced a game 6, but then were blown out at home to end the series. Ended up losing by 54. That's right, 54. Wow.
And as you said, the Bucks lost on their home floor. One thing about that series is the Bucks introduced their new logo. They gave away free playoff tickets to anyone that turned in their old red gear. Not a bad deal in my book.
And when it comes to Michael Carter-Williams, guys, I feel like people either love him or they don't buy him at all. I mean, he has the size, he's a good athlete, he plays hard, but he's also had some injuries and he's been very inconsistent at times.
Good on the second free throw. Well, going back to Michael Carter-Williams, he is a polarizing prospect. For example, Greg, and you played the position, he gives you a lot of assists, but he also averages over 4 turnovers a game. That was just last year.
Yeah, that's true. And he gives you plenty of rebounds and steals as well. But sometimes the shot also, Kevin, not necessarily where you'd like it to be. At times he couldn't throw a rock in the ocean. This guy just really struggled. But the talent is there. It's just going to take some time for him to mature. And the jury's really still out on him.
Now here's Parker. Off target at the rim. Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
Drummond sets the screen for Jennings. Pass to Ilyasova. Takes a big height bounce and goes in. Ilyasova's got 6.
That one goes down. but offensively, just 1 of 4 to start the third quarter.
Jackson, who's checked in for Brandon Jennings. The Bucks also with the sub. Henson's checked in. Here's Monroe, knocked loose and taken away by Johnson. Here's Caldwell Pope, and a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
And Jackson with the block. Johnson kicks to Drummond. Middleton against Ilyasova. Back to Jackson. Ilyasova, a screen on Middleton. The drive by Jackson. 4 on the shot clock. Kicks it to Ilyasova. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. Detroit had a hard time making shots consistently last season. Clark, not a good shooting team from the floor. And, of course, that's in this league, it's going to kill you.
Yeah, it really will. I mean, at one point last year, Kevin, 3 of their 5 starters were in the bottom 10 in terms of players' field goal percentage. I mean, hard to win any game that way.
Here's Caldwell Pope. He has 6. Drummond the screen. Lets the 3 fly. And Caldwell Pope gets the basket. Caldwell Pope's got 9.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
Now here's Carter Williams. Henson dishes to Monroe. And again, the Bucks miss. Pistons trail by 4. Caldwell Pope passes to Drummond. Here's Ilyasova. That one a little long. The Bucks have got a paltry 0 of 6 to begin the third quarter. What a terrible start to the half. And Henson kicks to Antetokounmpo. Feeds it to Monroe. Antetokounmpo dishes to Monroe.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is. And, you know, the Bucks took a nice step by making it to the playoffs last season, but their ultimate goal is to win the division. They'll need to play better against the rest of the division in order to do that.
So for the Pistons, Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Andre Drummond. Marcus Morris comes in for Ilyasova. And it's Jody Meeks in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. The Bucks also changing it up. O.J. Mayo is checked in for Monroe. Vasquez comes in for Chris Middleton. And Jared Bayless subbed in for Michael Carter-Williams. Jackson passes to Morris. Dishes to Baines. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. Greg, as you said, last year the Bucks didn't have the easy time against the rest of the Central Division. They only went 7-11 against them.
And listen, anytime you have powerhouse teams in your division, every game means that much more. Not only for winning the division, but just staying in the playoff picture. It's only going to get tougher this season as well.
Well, Clark, the Bucks were much improved on the road last season, going 18-23.
Yeah, they were very competitive. This young team fought hard and rarely found themselves out of games on the road, which is a good sign for the future.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
And for the Bucks, who only won 5 road games in 2014, last year's mark of 18 is a huge step forward. Still, they had problems last year as they had an 11-game road losing streak towards the end of the season.
Here is Bayless. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Cuts off the pass. And now the fast break. Meeks with the ball and out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession.
I tell you what, he clearly had a brain freeze on that one. You might just as well keep going straight to the bench.
Bucks leading by 4.
Well, I tell you, the Bucks are taking steps in the right direction on the road. The problem is the franchise hasn't had a winning record on the road since 2001.
Here's Henson. No good off the front iron. Detroit's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Meeks with it. Now Mayo defending. Right side Jackson. There's the screen. He feeds it to Baines. Some solid defense from Antetokounmpo.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Now here's Vasquez. He dishes it to Antetokounmpo. That falls. Great assist by Vasquez. And it's 8 points for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Pistons trail by 6. Outside Jackson. Morris with the screen for Jackson. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Jackson's got 6.
And really smart to draw his man out to the perimeter. He's giving up too much size to be effective inside.
Showed nice basketball IQ. I agree, Greg. I mean, if he finds his spot on the perimeter and doesn't force it, I think his outside shot will be hard to block no matter who's defending it.
And Henson kicks to Bayless. Henson with the screen. Now Vasquez. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Passes it to Henson. Mayo drives in, and the shot is good. And the Bucks lead by 6.
Textbook. Nice pass. Great catch. Even better finish.
And we've reached the end of the third. Bucks lead by 6. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on 2K Sports. And thanks for joining us again as the fourth quarter of play is set to get rolling. It's been a close battle to this point.
A few minutes pass by, I hear a buzzing noise. But that's just what some of ignorance is boys.
Here's Jennings. On the floor for Milwaukee starting the fourth quarter. They've got Chris Middleton. Monroe is out there with Jabari Parker. Then it's Jared Bayless. And it's Vasquez in at the 2-guard spot. It's back to Jennings. Shot clock at 5. With the shot. No good off the back of the rim. Bucks leading by 6. Here's Vasquez. And Baines pulls it down.
I'll tell you what, for what's really an elementary shot, he looked a little nervous on that release.
Jennings kicks to Meeks. It's back to Jennings. Morris with the screen for Jennings. Shots good by Baines. Baines has got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for Detroit. The Bucks shooting so far very efficient all around, about 55%. And it's Bayless in the corner. Offline with his three. Pistons trail by 4. Outside Jennings. Now here's Meeks. He's tightly guarded. They set the pick. Jennings against Parker. From deep. Again, Jennings missing. Jennings has gone 1 of 6 shooting so far. And it's Middleton penetrating. The pass to Bayless. He kicks to Parker. Pass to Bayless. Charity stripe shot. No luck. And it's Detroit the other way. Outside Jennings. Morris a screen. Jennings dishes to Baines. And here is Parker. And it's Monroe at the elbow. Now here's Vasquez. Now the dish to Middleton. And the Bucks miss again.
Boy, that's a surprising miss right there. He usually feasts on those wide open opportunities.
And guys, this game won't be close for long if they keep giving up dunks like that.
No, it won't, G.A. You're right. A glaring error defensively and letting him get all the way to the basket that time.
But it's only 2 points. I mean, it was flashy, no doubt, but still, it only counts for 2. 2 is all.
And guys, Brandon Jennings last season looked like he was finally becoming more efficient. He shot at the upper range of his career field goal percentage from 3 and the free throw line. And then suddenly the Achilles ended his season at 41 games played. Really unfortunate.
Let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Hi, Kevin. Jason Kidd was just going over the plan with his team. With the game hanging in the balance, he tried to give his players some added motivation, saying, quote, "This is the time, guys. Right now. Be in this moment. Do your job, and we'll get the win." Back to you.
Here's what Detroit's going with right now. Andre Drummond's checked in for Aaron Baines, and it's Ilyasova in for Jody Meeks. Carter Williams with it. They set the pick. Here's Monroe. Battles through traffic and lays it in. And the Bucks lead by 4. Getting back to Jennings last season really did start out as one of his best. Not just the improvement, Clark, in accuracy. His turnovers per game were at a career low.
Yeah, that's what we have to watch out for with Jennings. I mean, he's still only 26 years old, Kevin. Now, plenty of time to continue to refine and hone his game. I think his best basketball is in front of him.
Bucks leading by 4. Antetokounmpo passes to Carter Williams. The feed to Parker. Carter Williams sets a screen for Parker. The drive by Monroe, and it's good, and the assist by Parker. 14 points for Greg Monroe.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
Pass to Morris. Kicks to Caldwell Pope. Drummond a screen. In the corner, Ilyasova with it. And the 3 off target. Bucks have gone just 33% from the field in the fourth quarter so far. They are 2 of 6. And taking a quick look here, guys, at the hustle stats for the Bucks.
We've seen them make the extra effort from a defensive standpoint, closing out airspace and sending shots back.
They've been firing on all cylinders in the transition game, too. I mean, they've really run the break well.
Johnson, he's checked in for Detroit. And the second free throw, good. Pistons trail by 7. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
Up top, Jennings. Carter Williams covering. Johnson kicks to Jennings. Drummond a screen. Takes a 3. Jennings can't get it to go.
Unfortunately, that's been the result for him over and over, guys. He just cannot find the bottom of the basket.
Carter Williams kicks to Parker. There's a screen. Monroe outside. And it's good on the assist by Parker. Parker's got his 4th assist in this one. A minute 20 left in the 4th quarter. They set the pick. Jennings dishes to Caldwell Pope. And Parker comes with the help. Johnson kicks to Ilyasova. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. And 1:01 left here in the 4th quarter. And it goes out of bounds. And last touch by Carter Williams.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Detroit Pistons answer.
.58 seconds left in the game. All sorts of time. It's good. Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5. Milwaukee's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. Middleton outside. Here's the screen. Feeds it to Carter Williams. And poor shot selection there. Not a high percentage look for him. Johnson, the pass to Jennings. To the wing right side. Caldwell Pope kicks to Ilyasova. Another miss by Ilyasova. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Andre Drummond. That's his first personal foul.
This may be their most important possession.
No doubt about it. As long as they don't make any major mistakes, this one's in the bag.
At the line for the Pistons, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Taking 2 shots.
All right, now, take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good, and that increases their lead to 6. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 7-point game.
Yeah, showing off a really smooth stroke there, and that will add to their lead.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Detroit Pistons dancers.
Here's Meeks. It falls! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
How about the inbound pass there? Easy bucket.
And that's an intentional foul.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
Yeah, but Greg, they didn't really have another option. I mean, I thought they did a nice job getting it in his hands and making sure he was the guy who'd go to the line.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
He hits the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 7-point game.
Well, the comeback hopes are out the window now, I think it's safe to say.
Yeah, it's a done deal. It's wrap time for this group.
Here's Vasquez. And so the Bucks take the win. They seem to relish their role as the bad guy here tonight.
You know, Kevin, I sense that as well. I mean, they really did feed off all of that negative energy this crowd was directing at them. I mean, they turned it around and used it as motivation to close out a significant win.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan along with our entire 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. So long and good night, everyone.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Many thanks, Kevin. So now we move on to our Jordan Player of the Game, Greg Monroe.
Greg Monroe was doing what he does best. He produced a massive game for them in locking down this win. The thing I like about him most is that a coach can use him in multiple ways. You can play him at power forward or center, and he can be just as good.
Well, he showed us just how good he can be when he's at the top of his game. And the building was stunned. You saw people leaving early, throwing popcorn, throwing hot dogs, spilling soda. He put on a CSDP, a crowd shut down performance. Man, that's what I'm talking about, Ernie.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again soon.